In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 3 most common tension mistakes that violinists make. Hi, I'm Ariadna, violinist and Alexander Technique teacher, and this is Mindful Strings, where I help you transform your violin playing with the Alexander Technique, reducing tension, refining your posture, and optimizing your every practice session. Let's unlock a freer, more confident sound together. I'm excited to share another free resource I put together for you guys. It is a 5-minute daily warm-up for tension-free violin playing. So make sure to grab it by clicking the link down in the description box below. The first thing I'd like to address is your stance. In different schools of violin playing, there has been a notion of leaning to the left while playing, or having your feet unevenly set, having one foot in front of the other. Well, I'm here to bust that myth. There's nothing better than an evenly balanced weight distributed evenly between 2 feet so that you're not forcing one group of muscles to work harder than the other by leaning to the side. What you want to do is make sure that the violin and the bow are positioned well in relationship to your center, which is your spine, and that the instrument doesn't get in the way of your alignment. You may notice that when you're playing and have expression coming through the music, you may move on your legs and shift your weight around. That is fine, but it does help to be super aware when that happens, so that you are not doing it on autopilot by accidentally stifling your technique and your sound. The other thing that happens very commonly is that when we do play expressively, it's almost like our body tries to help us. It wants to try harder. It wants to work hard. So there's this kind of like gathering and lifting that happens through the shoulders and the chest. Well, a slightly counterintuitive thing is to completely relax into an expressive phrase or a fast, passionate passage. Your shoulders may raise and tighten, and more importantly, listen carefully, you ignore your legs. That's right. Very commonly, we don't think of the bottom half of our body. And I can guarantee you that any time I've played a passage that I couldn't quite get, if I really paid attention, I would notice that I'm squeezing my glutes and that my legs are working way too hard to hold me up. So one of the things that you have to do is completely release your legs. Make sure that your joints are soft, so your hips are free to move and that your knees are a little bit soft, that your feet are fully grounded, and that the arms are moving freely, almost like they don't care. So it may feel like a counterintuitive thing, but I guarantee you that the sound and the accuracy, as well as the expression itself, will be completely free to come through and not be stifled by And finally, the third very key thing to remember is that you want to be using the weight of your head to help support the violin and not the head and neck by clamping down on it. This bit you may have heard me talk about before, and I think it's just so important to repeat it over and over because I see it all the time with my students. So either the shoulders get involved, or let's say the shoulder rest and chin rest setup is taken care of. The shoulder is not raising, but what you end up doing is you tighten through the neck and the head and clamp down on the violin. The way you have to think about it is that the neck is part of the spine, and the spine ends roughly in the space behind your eyes. So it's actually much higher than most people think. And so the joint at the very top of the spine allows us to have this nodding movement. So from that joint is where you want to release the weight of the head while maintaining the lengthening of the neck as part of the spine. And even with that, remember that it's not a stagnant thing, because we also have our arm. The weight of the head may come into play more when you're shifting, and then release more when the arm can take on more of the support of the violin. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions and if you've had experience with any of these things that I talked about today. Happy mindful practicing, and I'll see you next time.